The story begins in a fictional city ruled by the Werner Koi family. The head of this family was Hilda, and her family included her brother Gideon, her sister Melanie, and Melanie's husband, Glenn. Anyone who dared to oppose this family was crushed like an ant. To spread terror and maintain their dominance, they held an annual ritual called the culling, where they would gather 12 revolutionaries and brutally kill them in front of everyone. Next, we see a young boy named Boy, who lived with his mother and sister, Mina. The siblings shared a deep bond and often played video games together. But one day, their happy family was shattered when the Koi family captured them. During the culling ceremony, Boy had to witness his mother and sister being tortured and killed in front of his eyes. Afterward, Boy was subjected to severe torture, and his tongue was cut off before he was hung upside down from a tree. He thought he would die, but a martial artist known as Shaman arrived just in time and saved his life. Boy later learned that Shaman was an ally of the revolutionaries and had been a friend of his mother. Shaman took Boy under his wing and started caring for him. Shaman began training Boy in martial arts every day. Boy worked hard, both physically and mentally, because his life now had only one purpose: to kill Hilda and avenge the death of his mother and sister. During his rigorous training, Boy had to eat insects and practice breathing while buried underground, using only a bamboo stick to get air. Boy, being mute and deaf, also developed the skill of reading people's lips to understand their conversation. Despite all this, he deeply missed his sister, Mina, who had always cared for him. Shaman urged him to forget his past and focus on his mission. Over time, Boy started letting go of everything except the memory of his sister. He often hallucinated Mina and spoke to her. Years passed, and Boy grew into a young man. One day, during training, he was sparring with Shaman. Thanks to years of hard work, Boy had become incredibly strong and was about to defeat Shaman when he suddenly saw Mina, which distracted him, causing him to lose. This infuriated Shaman, who declared that Boy was still not fully prepared. One day, they went to a nearby town where Boy met a beautiful girl selling flowers. She gave Boy a flower, which made him feel happy. However, soldiers soon arrived and started attacking the common people, revealing that they were capturing individuals for the upcoming culling ceremony. Boy and Shaman quickly hid. Amidst the chaos, a girl in the crowd called Glenn a puppet of the Koi family. Enraged, Glenn fired his gun at her, but accidentally hit someone else, causing an uproar. The crowd attacked the soldiers, but Gideon summoned a warrior wearing a helmet named June 27th. June 27th ruthlessly killed those who resisted, leaving only 6 survivors. Seeing this, Boy was reminded of the horrifying day of his childhood and decided to kill Hilda during the ceremony that very night. Shaman tried to convince him that he wasn't ready yet, but Boy didn't listen. He secretly hid in the trunk of Glenn's car, where a corpse was already lying. After some time, Glenn and Gideon reached a warehouse where they faced Melanie's furious outburst. The two had left corpses scattered in the market and hadn't gathered enough people for the culling ceremony. They began blaming each other, but Melanie ordered them to abduct 6 more people from the streets. Meanwhile, Boy sneaked out of the car's trunk and entered the warehouse. Suddenly, he saw Mina again, which caused him to falter and come into the soldiers' view. The soldiers pointed their guns at him, but Boy used his bravery and skills to kill them all. However, more soldiers kept coming, so he decided to escape. While hiding, he met a captive named Basho. Basho promised to help Boy kill Hilda if he freed him. At first, Boy hesitated but eventually released Basho. Together, they killed all the soldiers in the warehouse. They also captured Glenn and forced him to reveal Hilda's location. Glenn revealed that she would be at the Koi family's palace celebrating the culling ceremony. Glenn begged for his life, but Basho accidentally threw an axe at him, killing him instantly. Boy and Basho then headed to the revolutionaries' secret hideout. There, a man named Benny pointed a gun at Boy, but Basho intervened and explained that Boy was a friend. Basho hugged Benny and asked about the others, only to learn that government soldiers had killed everyone, including the girl Basho loved. Overwhelmed with grief, Basho broke down in tears. Afterward, the 3 of them began planning to infiltrate Hilda's palace. Boy disguised himself as a chef, while Basho and Benny dressed as guards. As Boy entered the palace disguised as a chef, he saw Mina once again. She told him to try the macarons. As soon as Boy tasted them, he was astonished, as he had never eaten anything so delicious. But Basho reminded him to stay focused on their mission. Boy then went to the kitchen, removed his uniform, and started fighting the staff with a knife. He used a cheese grater to flay their skins and killed them all. Afterward, he entered the dining hall and killed a guard before spotting Hilda sitting at the table. Without hesitation, he decapitated her in one swift motion. Chaos erupted, and Boy held up Hilda's head, only to realize it wasn't her. At that moment, Gideon entered with soldiers, revealing that he had anticipated someone trying to kill Hilda and had set a trap. Gideon then called upon June 27, who began fighting with Boy. A fierce battle ensued between the two, and eventually, Boy managed to remove June 27's helmet. However, upon seeing her true face, Boy was distracted, and June 27 took advantage of the moment to knock him unconscious. When Boy regained consciousness, he found himself tied to a chair. June 27 told him that if he revealed Shaman's location, she would let him go, but Boy adamantly refused. Angered, June 27 left. Later, Gideon arrived and told Boy that Hilda feared Shaman, which was why she kept killing innocent people. Gideon, tired of all the bloodshed, pleaded with Boy to reveal Shaman's whereabouts so that Hilda could kill him and put an end to this cycle of violence. But Boy did not budge. With no other choice, Gideon took Boy to a special room where he was tied up and fitted with an electric shock collar around his neck. Melanie confronted Boy, accusing him of making a grave mistake by killing her husband, Glenn, and said he would be punished publicly on stage. Soon after, Hilda appeared on stage and began giving a speech. However, she suddenly lost her composure and pointed a gun at the crowd. Before things could escalate, Melanie quickly intervened and took Hilda away. The culling ceremony began, and the captives were executed one by one. Boy's hands were tied, and there seemed to be no way to escape. Just before his turn, he remembered that Gideon had secretly given him a blade. Using it, he cut through his restraints and tried to escape, but Melanie activated the shock collar, causing him to collapse. Cartoon-like figures then carried Boy to a table, where a man dressed as a goat prepared to strike him with a hammer. But suddenly, Boy attacked the cartoon figures. The goat man turned out to be none other than Basho. Benny was also on stage and handed Boy a gun. The three of them fought the soldiers together. During the chaos, Melanie appeared on stage and shot at Boy, but Benny stepped in and took the bullet for him, dying in Boy's arms. Meanwhile, Melanie also shot Basho. Boy ran and hid behind one of the cartoon figures, then tied Melanie to a chair. Melanie warned him that the entire nation was watching this on TV, and that she would be remembered as a martyr. Without listening to her rant, Boy decapitated her. Boy then entered the hall where Gideon lay injured on the ground. Gideon admitted that he had betrayed Hilda, which was why his sister, Melanie, had shot him. Before dying, Gideon handed Boy a key to the bunker where Hilda was hiding. Boy was about to kill Gideon as well when he suddenly saw Mina, who stopped him. She reminded him that Gideon had once helped him when no one else did. But Boy told Mina, "You aren't real. My sister is dead." With that, Mina vanished and Boy brutally killed Gideon. Boy used the key to reach the bunker where Hilda was hiding. She appeared on the screen of the door and warned him that entering would mean his death. Boy showed her a childhood drawing made by his sister, Mina, and said, "I haven't come here for no reason." Seeing the drawing, Hilda froze in shock and abruptly turned off the screen. Boy opened the bunker door and found several soldiers standing before him. None of them fired at him, and June 27 said that Hilda was waiting for him. Inside, Boy saw a large family portrait of the Koi family, and to his shock, he was also in the picture. Memories of his past flooded back. Hilda was his mother. Hilda embraced him and said she had been searching for him for years. Flashbacks revealed that many years ago, Boy had not been with the common people but was part of the royal family. Hilda had handed him a gun and ordered him to kill Shaman and his family. Overcome with fear, Boy had accidentally shot Shaman's wife and daughter before fleeing. Shaman had chased after him, eventually finding him hiding in the forest. Using mystical power, Shaman erased all of Boy's memories and told him that Hilda had killed his entire family. It was Shaman who had cut out Boy's tongue and rendered him deaf, so that Boy could later seek vengeance for him. Now aware of the truth, Boy realized that June 27 was his sister. Seeing her brother, June 27 was also overwhelmed with emotion. Hilda asked Boy to reveal Shaman's location so she could exact her revenge. But Boy refused to betray Shaman. Enraged, Hilda ordered June 27 to kill him. June 27 raised an axe, but suddenly recalled the beautiful moments she had shared with her younger brother during their childhood. She turned around and killed Hilda instead. A horde of soldiers attacked Boy and June 27, but they fought back with a machine gun. They fled into an elevator, where June confessed that their mother had always claimed Boy was dead, but she had always felt in her heart that he was alive. She admitted that in her quest for revenge, she had become a monster herself. When the elevator doors opened, they met Shaman. He told Boy that the mission wasn't over yet and urged him to kill June as well. Boy refused, declaring that June was now his family. Angered, Shaman attacked Boy. During the fight, June was gravely injured. Enraged, Boy fought back, but Shaman was well-versed in all his techniques. Boy persisted and ultimately managed to remove Shaman's necklace, which contained a sharp stone. Using the stone, Boy slit Shaman's throat, killing him. Carrying his injured sister on his shoulders, Boy walked out of the bunker. In the end, we see that Boy and June had once promised in their childhood to always protect each other, and today that promise was fulfilled. How much do you love your siblings? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see you in the next video.